Alrighty, hello and welcome everybody. Hope you're all doing very well. Sorry for the slightly late start. I got a call from work, so I ended up having to push it back like sort of 20 minutes than I planned. But I hope we're all doing really well. We are going to be keeping going with some land battles today. We have pot map going up against the Stormrunner. It's going to be the start here for our King of the Hill. Going to be doing land battles today. And the way it's going to work is it's just pretty much going to be blind pick. People play what they want to play. People do what they want to do. And it should be pretty good. So we're going to play it on Eshen first. And then, yeah. Looks like we have Lemon Rocks. How we doing? Mr. Zypher, Hank. We are going to have Kiara and Mr. Francesco. How we doing, everybody? So let's kick it off. We'll get straight into this. And how's everybody been? I know it's been a while since I live streamed. I don't particularly have super long. At the moment, my days are pretty chock-a-block with things like... Hey, Rakejan, how we doing? How are we, Rakejan? So yeah, I'll be with Rakejan in an hour and a half. We'll do an hour and a half of streaming here. And then an hour and a half, I'll be coaching Rakejan. So on his channel there for Twitch, I'll be doing some coaching stuff with him. So do feel free to come join us. Now, here we are going to have a Gracia play going up against Mimus Darkblade, which I'm really excited for. Got some Doom Wheels. Make that, make that 3 Doom Wheels in there. So we are going to be having the Teeth Breakers, the Council Guard, a double chieftain as well as loads of clan rats and loads of the Skaven spear boys, the Skaven slaves. So let's do a quick poll. So the question is, how much are you enjoying Warhammer 3 multiplayer? Alright, there we go. There's a question for you. Hey Lorenzo, how are we doing, my friend? Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. It's going to be a little bit laggy here. I do apologise for that. I hope you're not seeing that on your side. But for the Dark Elves, for the Druchi, coming here today, we are going to have Harpies in the sky. We are going to have the Coldwood Dread Knights on the floor. Lots of armor piercing. Rather elite indeed, I must say so. And then we are going to have the Shade dual weapons. Very interesting. In the back we are going to have the Sorceress of Beasts here with the Dark Star Cloak, alongside Wild Hearts with the spells of the Transformation of Godon, the Amber Spear, and it looks like Warson's Wild Form. In the back we are going to have a Blood Rat Medusa, which is rather interesting with that Terra anti-infantry, so bonus infantry there on those missiles. Doesn't say how much. Oh, 10. Okay. It's not really too much to write home about. So then we're going to have Mimus in the middle. So let's have a look, see what he's got to say today. So we're going to be having the Warp Sword of Cain, of course Zarkan, alongside the Deadly Onslaught, the Blood Price, and the Demon's Curse. So we've pretty much seen most of the formidable force here of the Skaven. We are going to have Doom Flares in the front, a Doom Wheel on the right, the Wheels of Doom, actual in fact here for the Regiment of Renown. We are going to have some Skaven Slave Spears in the front with a second line of the Clan Rats, including the Council Guard Storm Vermin. These bad boys today will be having Unbreakable and Guardian here, which is going to be rather nice. So Double Chieftain here on their big Rat Ogres. They're going to be ready to rumble here. Also bringing Guardian. There's a bit of a surplus of Guardian here, which is quite interesting. And what else are we going to have? That's going to be it there for them. On the floor, we're going to have the Gracia Plague. Can't quite see what he's going to be having. He's going to have the Plague Rash, Arcane Conduit. We're also going to be having Plague and Vermintide as the spells. Toothbreakers in the back doing all the good stuff they normally do. Hello there, Mr. Blackthorn. How are we, my friend? How are we? Indeed, if you like watching Beastmen and coaching Beastmen, come watch. Oh, interesting. So there's some mixtures there. Quite a lot of you saying that you quite enjoy a lot there with Warhammer 3 multiplayer. Alright, so we're going to be charging at each other here. We are actually going to be having the Black Arcs in the middle, waiting with that bonus as infantry. Good armor as well here at 80, so they should hold pretty well. Leadership is not too much to write home about, I must say so. 66 is was going to be up to 74 with the bonuses of, I believe, the Medusa and maybe just having Malice Meanblade nearby, but it's not particularly high there for Tzeentch, which is you know, obviously quite surprising. They do get bonuses thanks to the Murderous Prowess. You can see out of the gap now we are going to be getting lots of damage here for part map, but you know, the Teeth Breakers are certainly going to be providing that good damage. Harpy's going to be compromising here with the Doom Flares. They do have good melee defense there, but it's just so much armor for the Doom Flares. They're just such a nightmare to keep in check. Doom Flares to the backside up against the Black Ark Corsairs. Pushing through is going to be the Skaven Slave Spears. But, you know, where are they going? That's the question. On the side, the Spears is going to be holding here. Looks like we have some Storm Vermin Halberds in the back. But the Double Chieftain is going to be dealing with the Harpy pressure. Really trying to take down here up against the Teeth Breakers. Doing some lovely work indeed. Now they're going to be firing into the front. Mima's doing all Mima's things. Cackling in the backside. And over in the pocket here, we are going to see some Shade Dual Weapons coming in from the back right. And also here on the back left. So they were in that vanguard position, looking to, you know, pop some shots here. And I'm sure Storm is more than an exemplary member of the multiplayer scene. He'll know that there's something missing here. The Medusa is getting absolutely wrecked here by the Teeth Breakers. Something needs to shut that down. Maybe trying to go through here with the Sorceress of Beast. Transformation of Gudon. Looks like it is going to be activated. And, of course, getting that mana up to 20 wins, it does take quite some time. But now we're going to be getting the bat, shutting down the Teeth Breakers, which is a must. That Medusa has taken a lot of damage. In the middle, though, we have Harpies backing up the Shades. Shades haven't been... Oh, yeah, they are still hidden. They haven't been seen yet. The Black Ark Corsairs trying to get into the backside here. It looks like it's going to be a Plague in the front here. Doing some pretty good area effect damage coming down on the Elite Cold One Dread Knights. Cold One's here going to be thumping up against the Wheel of Doom. And yeah, that's going to be a pretty bad fight there for the Wheels of Doom. We are going to have two very nice armor-piercing and heavy armored cavalry fighting up against this unit that's very anti-infantry. And if it doesn't have its push mobility, it's going to really struggle here. As we can see in the backside, the Teeth Breakers are going to be breaking. They have been terrified thanks to the summon. In the middle, the Double Chieftain are proving to be a bit of a problem here for Mimas. In the pocket, they're going to be fighting quite hard. They're going to be slashing and dashing. Mimas is going to be getting rather low here, down to 1,600 HP. Now, is Zaki going to get popped? I think now is the time. If you don't do it, you're going to regret it. We need to get in there now, really, with Mimas. He's really trapped. Has him in procs, though. It doesn't look like it has. Maybe, just maybe, we think here Part Matt has another way out of this. I'm not too sure, but he's getting dunked on pretty hard. In the backside here, we're now going to be shooting with the Shades. Value is going to be in the Dark Elf favour. It's going to be a 5,200 up against 4,000 there. But it looks like the Fairy Manticore is going to rampage up against the Greyseer, which you couldn't ask for much better. So there we go. In the middle, we're now going to be having Mimas. He's going to be going into his Zarkan form as he fights here up against the Chieftains. He's now going to be up to 540 armor-piercing weapon strength, 82 melee attack, and 72 charge bonus to make him a melee monster as he fights in the middle. Excellent stuff. The Sorceress of Beast is going to be fighting here up against the Skaven Spears. And so we are going to get some shots coming, I think, probably here from the Wheels of Doom. But in the middle, we are going to be fighting here with the Cold One Dread Knights, actually wrapping themselves around the Council Guard Storm Vermin. Not a great place for them. You know, the anti-large armor-piercing, you know, experts here are certainly rather good at dealing with this cavalry. Wheels of Doom is in all sorts of problems here in the middle. We do see going to the back here, the Greyseer Plague is trying to find a place called home, and it really is struggling to find that place. Black Hawk Corsairs will shred through some of these Skaven Spears. In the middle, Mimas is going to be using all of his effects as he just blows up against all of these clan rats, and you know, certainly fights back up against the Chieftain. So we are going to get the Blood Shield, giving that 20% damage resistance, which is going to be really good at negating all damage here coming forward. In the backside, the Shades going to be fighting here up against the clan rats. They'll win there in hand-to-hand combats, and it looks like the Harpies have done their job, but they're going to be rather beaten and tattered here. We do see Doomwells fighting in the back here up against these Shade Dual Weapons. Nice mobility there from these, I guess they're kind of chariot units, aren't they, really? But yeah, these chariots have done some really nice work in the backside. We hear a shriek on the battlefield. I don't quite see where that shriek is coming from. Here it is in the middle. The second and final Manticle here, as we see a Plague in the back slamming down, or at least attempting to here on the Shades. But too nippy here is going to be Park Map. He's going to get out of there. And yeah, he's going to certainly scoot and shoot in the backside. The Lord Choice is going to get pummeled by a Manticore. This Plague Seer is really not in the best place on the battlefield. He's going to get terrified up against the big beast of Chaos, and it's going to be trampling him here into the dirt. In the backside, we are going to have the Council Guard plus some Clan Rat Spears pushing forward to maybe try and see if they can protect their Lord Choice, but it looks like maybe, just maybe, it's not going to be enough. He's going to be wavering. He does return. We are going to be doing some really good damage in the middle. Mimas comes across as well, and he's just going to be taking constant damage. So he needs to get in, he needs to fight, and he needs to do that draining Reapers of Soul damage, which is so powerful here up against the Council Guard. In the middle, we are going to see Cold Ones fighting up against some Skaven Spears. They should be able to take care of those rather quickly. And then in the backside, we do see a return of the Shade Jaw weapons. Maybe some Blackheart Corsairs coming back as well. Only time will tell. In the middle, though, we are going to have more of these Doomflayers doing what they do best, getting in and amongst the infantry, regardless of how much armor they have. They're going to be shredding through excellently here, just taking down many, many models. 55 on one, 68 on the other, doing some expert gameplay indeed. In the backside, rather low, the Grey Seer Plague is going to be down to 395 HP. Being he is broken amongst other broken troops, it seems unlikely that he's going to be returning, especially with cavalry as elite as the Cold One Dread Knights in on their pursuit. In the middle, we see that the Council Guard are still going to be fighting to the best of their abilities. I think it's in Mimas's, kind of best interest to keep fighting here. The Reaper of Souls getting activated, just, draining the units of the Council Guard. He's going to be dying, surely enough, but they need to take this Unbreakable unit right to the edge with him. He needs to drag them through the dirt and make sure he feels the power of Zarkan. In the middle, this is going to be... An Amber Spear coming in. It's nice Kamehameha through the middle there of the Council Guard, just shredding them. And yeah, that did quite a few kills there, I'm sure of it. But that was some lovely stuff indeed. Up to 50 so far there for the Sorceress of Beast, doing some nice work. But the Medusa, she's going to be in the backside. She still has some ammo in the back pocket. Want to see her getting some 360s here in the front, Modern Warfare 2 style. Hopefully seeing we can wreck through some of these Storm Vermin, doing some good work as she does. In the backside, still going to be pushing quite nicely here. We are going to have the Dread Knights, which I think were just such a great pick. Very good at dealing with Doom Flares. That is going to be army losses for a fantastic game, I must say so. Really, really good stuff. Brilliant. And yeah, the Medusa is going to be left as the Lord Choice falls. Well, we see here the Council Guard are unbreakable, so they could be fighting here to the very end. But yeah, they should be able to take down. Watson's Wild Form is going to give armor, and the base weapon damage increases that the Medusa needs. But is that armor really going to be handy up against these nice anti-large halberds? Either way, we are going to have the Shades in the backside, and that is going to be it. I'm going to be saving that. That is going to be Storm. I didn't get a chance to save that, so I will save that on the side. But what a game! What a game! That was excellent. That was such a good first game. Very happy about that. Very, very happy about that. So 580 there for the Grey Seer Plague. We saw 650 there for the Wheels of Doom. I'd really like to see it. We never saw this kind of entity in Warhammer 2, but seeing it here was rather fun indeed. 1,750 there for the Council Guard Storm Vermin. They are never a letdown. They have always been great, and I believe going forward they always will be great. So really nice stuff there. 850 and 2,250 for the second Chieftain. Chieftains, really good. Really good. I think they're on Bone Breakers, I think they're actually called. But yeah, it's pretty damn good stuff. 870, 1,000 from the Doom Flares, quite like that. That's a nice niche pick. Certainly dealing with Blackheart Corsairs and other cheap infantry, they certainly do the trick. 1,100 there from the Teeth Breakers, with 430 from the regular Storm Vermin. The problem with regular Storm Vermin is though they're elite, they have armor and they have a little bit more sustainability. They just don't have the leadership to match that, I don't think. It's too easy to manipulate their leadership considering their price cost, I think. It's really rough, it's really hard to know, but 400 is a little bit of a letdown there. But 580, 200 and 400 for the Clan Rats. You can see actually Clan Rats kind of outperforming Storm Vermin, which is rather interesting to see. You could have split that between two more units if maybe just Clan Rat Spears with shields or the like, and then just they can get countered by quite elite units. But it's really hard to say. Having two of them was excellent. It allowed the Council Guard to perform optimally. But 105, 360, 48. 33 and 41 there from the Skaven Slave Spears. So 2,650 there from Mimas. I don't know if that includes Zarkan or not. I'm going to say no, which means that's absolutely incredible. 500 from the Blood Rat Medusa, also something that doesn't really get shown here at all. I thought we might see the Regiment of Renown, that would have been really cool. But 930 and 1650 there for what I consider probably the MVPs. Yeah, the Cold Dread Knights were really nice here, really, really nice. Would have loved to see the Regiment of Renown, would have loved it, but sadly, alas, we were not going to be seeing that. I really love the Kamehameha there in the middle, 520 from the Sorceress of Beasts. 900, 840 there from the Shade Jewel weapons. Took them a minute to get in and get going, but, they got in unimpeded, and, they did the job. They did the job. 280, 470, 400. I've been seeing Black Knight Corsairs making a comeback here. Yeah, they weren't particularly too much used there in Warhammer 2, but it's nice to see them being used here today. 475 and 220 there for the Harpies. Excellent stuff. Yeah, indeed. Nice, yeah. Yeah, it was good, wasn't it? Oh, actually, that is my apologies. It looks like Storm was the Dark Elves and Part Map was the Skaven. My apologies. My apologies. I got that wrong. Okay, so we move on here. We're going to go to the scoreboard. So the scoreboard is going to say a big fat dubski there for Storm. So the next one on the list... let's have a little look here. We are going to be having Son of the Mountains Grombrindle. The man, the myth, is going to be stepping up. Alright, so Grombrindle, you're up, my friend. Let me send you a message. Gromby Grindle. Let me send you a little link here. If you can't find it, I think the lobby is called Ducky Loves Kugath Toast. I think it is, something like that. So you should be able to find that there somewhere. But how you guys all doing? Hope you're doing really, really well. The Corsairs were already pretty nice in Warhammer 2. Got huge buffs, if I remember correctly. I mean, I never saw them. Like, I did, obviously, a lot of streaming, a lot of playing. I never particularly saw them that much. You might see, like the common way of playing was, like, 4 or 5 Bleak Swords, 3 or 4 Dread Spears, and then it was, like, chariots around the sides. The Marathi Double Manticore was roughly what you saw, I think. Was for the most part where they were kind of weak in Warhammer 2, had some niche uses. Yeah, what Loopy's saying there is what I think I agree with. I think they were generally quite weak, but I think they had some some niche some niche applications for sure. Yeah. But I think certainly seen them a lot more here in Warhammer 3, which is interesting. No one is safe. Norske is Mr. Worldwide. Yes, GG's. Mr. Blackthorn, we have Zypher, we have other... Mr. Casual, welcome, my friend. Welcome, everybody. I hope you're all doing very well. If you are enjoying today's stream, by the way, do feel free to leave a like. It really does help here on the channel and the live stream. And if you haven't already, do feel free to subscribe. I am going to be now doing some more content. This is going to be a little section here for me to say... Hey, my name's Logic, and I hope you enjoy multiplayer. If you do, stick around. But for a recent time, I haven't been here because of work. I have about 4 jobs, and at the moment, I've just been really, really busy kind of juggling them. One finished last weekend, which means I now have a lot more time to start applicating here. But after a month, I'm then also back to finish off the little bits and bobs I have left of uni, which is also a bit of a juggling act. So it's... yeah, it's been quite a bit, so I'm trying to juggle 4 here and trying to get back onto the multiplayer train as I have been previously. And yeah, there's going to be some more videos coming forward, for sure, more live streams, hopefully. Today it's just a short one, but I thought, yeah, it'd be quite nice to, get back in and start streaming again. Mr. Down Under Blunder, how are we? How is the other side of the world? Hope we're doing well, my friend. Hope we're doing well. Hope the family is all good and well. It is your boy Logic. I'm back. So I would prefer 3 Bleak Swords instead of 2 Corsairs. Yep, I think I would agree, Mr. Hank Cyrus. I think I would agree. Hey, if you don't listen to Logic, then I won't sub. The rapper, I mean. I do. I mean, if you've seen any of my most recent ones, one of my favourite ones, My most recent favorite title from one of my videos was "Don't Call It a Comeback." Frost Hearts have been here for years. L Cool J was obviously the reference, and then Grombrindle sent me his first like dwarf video in a very long time, and I was like, listen, I don't care. It was good, bad, brilliant, amazing. It ended up being a great game, so I ended up casting it anyway. And it's guess who's back again. Brindle's back, baby. Tell a friend. Which has been, you know, it's been so nice to see so many of you coming back into the scene, man. It's yeah, it's awesome. Right, let's get this underway. So, what is your blind? So, the way I'm going to run it today. Oh, sorry. So the way it works today is once you've played, if you win, like for example here we had Stormwind with Dark Elves, who I'm still thinking that's Skaven. Sorry, my bad. But yeah, if he wins with Dark Elves, he can't use Dark Elves again, but he can pick any of the other 22 factions, so it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, we'll see what he wants to do. Yeah, so I know what Gromby Grindle wants to do, so we'll see what Storm wants to do. Sweet. So we're going to do Slaanesh versus Dwarfs. Let's find a map here that is appropriate for the Battle of the Gods. See what we got. I'm sure we got some good maps in here. We could do a bit of troll or lol. What else could we do? What have we got here in the back pocket is the question. They're all so weird now. I don't know some of these maps. What have we got? Why don't I know these maps? Let's just do Troll Run. I know Troll Run is safe, so we'll do that one. So we got... oh, yep, don't want to be on that. This is going to be interesting. Yeah, this is going to be dead interesting. Hey! Assad Khan. I'm really sorry if I butchered that. Hey, do you watch the same Total War Warhammer multiplayer battle twice? What do you mean by that, buddy? What do you mean? Sorry, do I watch the same battle twice? What do you mean by that? Okay, got yourself a sub. I appreciate that, Mr. Ronan. I appreciate that. I'm doing well. Just need a little break from injury. Oh, what did you injure, dude? Sorry to hear that you injured that. Whatever that is. Slim Shady and LL quotes. I'm in. Exactly. I mean, Brindle's back, baby. What more could you ask for? So why do Sisters of Slaughter have 0 AP if they use whips? I think whips traditionally have they're not designed for AP, right? You know, whips are meant for. I think normally they have like when you have whips, you normally have like jagged edges on them and stuff like that, don't you? So in reality, they have no application towards armor piercing. You know, there's no element of them with, you know, blunt, sharpened edge or mass force behind them to penetrate, you know, big, thick, steely armor. So I guess, you know, maybe that's the design, maybe that's the thought. Everything in the game has even just a minuscule amount of armor piercing. It might say 0, but it won't be flat 0. I don't think, but oh, maybe it is now. Maybe it is now. It never used to be because the game couldn't deal with that. It always had to be at least 1, but maybe it is 0. Maybe it is 0. The name is fine. It's all good. What I mean is, if you watch a battle for entertainment, do you go back and watch it again if it was really good or clutch? Yeah, so what I'll do is, if someone sends me in a replay, for example, I'll give it a watch. And I'll see how it goes. And then sometimes, it's like, if it's like really awesome, I'll watch it again. And then if it's like really, really, really good, let's say it's like 4.9k to 5k on domination or something, or it comes down to the last units, and I'll watch it in detail and then really, really go through all the plays and try and get an idea of, you know, the angle I want to take on the battle. Yeah, for sure, 100%. Yeah, I enjoy watching the battles anyway. Oh, it looks like Storm has dropped again. Yeah, 100%. I go back and watch. Yeah, 100%. All right, so it looks like people are really enjoying multiplayer. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. I love to see that. Mr. Captain Morgan, how are we doing, my friend? How are we? Welcome back. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you're having a great day, my friend. Mr. Mucklock, how are we? You're up early, mate. Good to see you. How are we doing, Mr. Mucklock? Hope we are doing very well on this day. Pay the toll to the toll. Yeah, 100%. You've got to pay the toll to the troll. 100%. So I had an inkling of the build that I had a very, very quick sneak peek at Grombrindle's build, and I already love what I'm saying. Rusty, how are we doing, my friend? Welcome. Why is Grombrindle liked more than the other Dwarf Lords? I think there's probably something, alright? So, like, Grombrindle obviously, like, passes, and he makes a promise with Malekith, right? And obviously Malekith, like, betrays that trust, and he's so vengeful, like, full of vengeance, that he just comes back to life. As this like ghost figure, and like he's just this guy in the dwarven ranks that is always talked about, and no one really knows if he's actually like real or not real or whatever. There's just so much like cool elements about like Grombrindle that's just so goddamn sick, man. That's why I think like everybody loves him. Ungrim, yeah, Ungrim is also pretty badass. Ungrim just kills everything. Watching YouTube was at work. I love that, dude. I love that. I love that. Because he looks the most badass. He also looks like he's been on cocaine for about the last 10 years and he hasn't been able to get off it yet. In most of the pictures. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Mr. Casual. Mr. Casual. I expected better. I expected better. Well, I'll tell you what, Mr. Casual. If dwarves suck, who's great? That's what I want to know. That's what I know. If you want to say Carl France, listen, maybe there's an argument to be made. Maybe there's an argument to be made. But let's hear it. What's going on? See, for me, I love Gotrek. I love Gotrek. He is a boy that just slays everything. He goes, oh, listen, you're meant to be large and in charge. Okay, that sounds like a challenge. And he obviously gets his nice big goddamn axe and then slays everything. Yeah, he's really cool, Khan. Yeah, he's really, really cool. Yeah. Alright, quick look on the builds. Yeah, so it looks like we are going to be having one of my favourite units, which is going to be the Sky Hammer. We're also going to be having, oh wow, so we're going to be having some of the Iron Breakers at the front, the Dragonback Slayers, an artillery piece, some more Slayers, Longbeards, and then Miners with Blasting Charges. Double Furies in the sky, only 2 Furies is really bold. If you went for a full Gyrocopter build, that could be really scary with only 2, because they would have got obliterated. But also Grombrindle has no range, so that is also going to be interesting to see how he tries to get away with this. Skaven Eshen, good old Deathmaster, good old Snicketch is a boy for sure. Is a boy. He is a bit of a badass, 100%. Best Lord ever, Marathi. Mr. Down Under Blunder. Mr. Down Under Blunder, you have fallen prey yet again to the Mistress of Darkness. Broader Chieftain is the best Lord. The old, what did I used to call him? I used to call the Broader Chief, and I used to say that he was, what was his name? Let me change the thing there to Grombrindle quickly. Grombrindle. Should probably smaller that up a little bit. I mean, Thorgrim's also pretty cool, but he's also, like, basically unkillable, so it's, yeah. It's sort of like, cool, if I sit on my chair, you can't kill me, so you're going to have to use some BS workaround to finish me off, you know what I mean? Orc War Boss is the best lord. Actually, the most pointless lord. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him used, ever. Alright, so we're going to go here with Slaanesh. We are going to have the Chaos Furies of Slaanesh, which bring the armor piercing and magic damage, which, of course, for Dwarfs, no magic resistance anymore, only spell resistance. Devastating Flanker, they also have Vanguard, etc. In front of here, we are going to have the Demonettes, lots of Demonettes, including the Bringers of Beguilement. I will always butcher that, and I don't care. But, of course, you know, they do offer that Rampage, Magic, and Armor Piercing, alongside that Soul Scent and Perfect Vigor, which is really strong indeed. At the front, we are going to have Seeker Chariots, alongside here the Herald of Shadows. Here with a very powerful Pit of Shades, the Melkor's Mystify Miasma, with the Portal Glyph and the Locus of Grace. We're also going to have Smoke and Mirrors in the backside. Not sure that's too needed, but we're also going to be having the Soul Siphon. Good stuff. So Grumpy Grindle in the corner is going to be having the Goblobber. Obviously, you're going to have goblins strapped there to the boulders. They get launched at their enemies. I actually do think they should add more Discourage if they fire it at greenskins. I really think it should. But anyway, at the front here, we are going to be having units of Longbeards going to be creating the pocket here in the front of this beautiful purple, I must say so. In the sky, we are going to have the Sky Hammer with its suppress and all of its beautiful abilities, including some of those bomb drops. And on the floor, we are going to have Thoric Ironbrow here with 3 runes. The Rune of Speed, the Rune of Slowness, the Rune of Wrath and Ruin, alongside here the Rune of Doom, as he's going to be on the Chair of Doom. We're also going to be having the Locus of Power, so if they cast in the radius here, I believe 100 meters, yeah, 100 meters of the Lord, they will be taking damage. Forge Fire, alongside the Rune of Hearth and Home, and then of course the Master of the Ancient Lore, which means, you know, when engaged in melee, we're going to be getting some of those runes back faster. Slayers in the backside, we are going to have Iron Breakers as well for those blasting charges. Goddamn, I'm ready. Let's have a look here. Yes, Uhtred of Bebbanburg. That was the one. Thank you, Captain Morgan. Yes, I used to call the chief. I used to call the Norscan chieftain the Uhtred of Bebbanburg, the man, the myth, the legend. He used to be my favourite when he was on a chariot because he would just cycle through. Just Uhtred was unstoppable by any mere man. You needed monsters to trap him in and finish him off. 100%. To be fair, I quite like Throg Daddy. I think Throg's quite cool. He has some really garbage abilities, but I think he's quite cool, you know. So Skyhammer's going to go forward. They certainly want to poke and stroke here on the Seeker Chariot. Seeker Chariot to get the trees. They need to hide. They need to hide quickly. They need to make sure that they're not going to get thumped on. So charging forward, we have the Skyhammer, the Bomber, is going to be ready. He's going to be firing on the lines of the Exalted. That Discourage ability is now also going to be coming down here from the Goblobber. Goblobber probably wants to be, you know, focusing on the Bringers of Beguilement, but of course, you know, they're a little bit far away at this current moment. Furies in the backside, they certainly could dive down and do some good work. The Furies probably ought to wait. They need to deal with the Skyhammer Bomber. He's going to be in the front doing all the damage. Looks like the artillery is still going to be firing. You can hear those goblins through the air as they charge down into heroic explosions here, up and against some of the exalted demonettes of Slaanesh. On the flank, we see the Seekers getting into position. Luckily here, there's going to be no crossbows, there's going to be no thunderers. So yeah, that's why the Furies going to be diving around, trying to see if there's any sneaky units in the back. See the Slayers going to be literally joining their brothers on the artillery pieces, just making sure that if they want to dive down, they know they're going to take some good damage. The front, we're going to be waiting. And I think here there's nothing Demonettes can do. They are going to have to take blasting charges to the face. And yeah, there's not much they can do. Nice rear charge there from the Chaos Furies. We are now going to be seeing a Master Rune of Slowness overcasted to really slow down some of these Furies, and they're going to get diced here by the high melee defense of the Iron Breakers. Battlefield so far looks like we are going to be losing a little bit of connection. What do goblins call flying? I don't know. Tell me, Mr. Down Under Blunder. In the sky there, of course, they're going to get slowed. They are going to get pushed away, but it means it's going to be longer for Thoric Ironbrow to get his abilities back. Blastings at the front, going to be deleting Demonettes. Only 5 armor to their name. And here we can see the Ogre Miners have well and truly finished off that unit. They now want to turn and burn over on the next unit and really deplete this front line. In the backside here, the Seeker Chariots certainly do need to be getting busy. We do see them in the back here amongst the Goblobber. And in the middle, we are going to have the Rune of Doom going down back. Plus 24 melee attack, and Fear is going to be rather handy. So the Charge at the back doing some good work. We do see here the Herald of Slaanesh. She actually has Fear, so having that Fear map wide is going to be quite handy. And we're going to be shooting at the Bringers of Beguilement in the back. We have Blasting Charges still to our name. But now we're going to dive down amongst the Dragonback Slayers. They could do some lovely work here in the backside. Looks like the Eternal Entourage in the backside here with their Perfect Vigor. They're going to be diving in and around. They also have their ability here, which is going to be the Obsessive Adoration. Of course, yeah, they're going to be giving those melee attack bonuses. In the backside, we have the Chaos Furies fighting here up against Slayers. They do actually have that charmed ability going down, which will give it nice there from the Exalted. Rampaging in the backside, the Dragonback Slayers. And that's not really something you want rampaged against you. They do quite a bit of work. In the middle here, we see the Herald of Slaanesh just diving down in and amongst the infantry. Going to be putting them in place, waiting for this Pit of Shade. If overcasted, really will take down models. And look at that chunk damage. It is filthy here on the Longbeards. And yeah, they're certainly going to be feeling that there. Lovely stuff there coming out of the Man of DBD. But from the side of the mountains, man, we're going to be at the front here with the Longbeards, going to be chopping down some of these Demonettes of Slaanesh. The Exalteds are in the back up against these Dragonback Slayers, as they're going to be fighting in the middle. We see we are going to get the Rune of Wrath and Ruin, just do some good work in the middle up against the Cavalry and the Furies, but a lot here really has now broken down into this big melee blob. Supercharging in the back here, we do see the Seeker slicing through all the infantry, knife like butter here, nothing to stop the Lord Choice. And we see the Sweet Sorrow has been activated, so speed and vigor bonuses coming forward here for Slaanesh. But it looks like here a lot of these units are going to be crumbling back here to the realms of Slaanesh as they really struggle on the battlefield. Both of the Seeker Chariots have suffered, and the mass of Thoric Ironbrow in the middle is going to be pinning them in place as they fall to their kind of eternal demise. So the Bringers on the side here are going to be fighting up against the Dragonback Slayers. We have more Exalteds fighting here, but I think Slaanesh has seen the last of its days. I really don't know if they've got enough here to take part all of the force. We are going to be rampaging Thoric Ironbrow. Got to be careful. This could be a way back into it, I must say so. Rune of Doom has been activated, and we can stop a lot of the Eternal Entourage, but if we can kill the Lord Choice, which looks pretty impossible. Oh, that was unfortunate, I think. I don't think that was meant to happen, but I think maybe that was a misclick. But we see here in the middle, rampaging with the Ogre Miners fighting here up against the Bringers. We still have the Skyhammer in the middle, and he's going to be thumping here on top of the Herald. Not too much the Herald can do. Oh my god, so much damage. And I love the noise. It's a proper chopper gunner in the sky, just firing in and amongst the Herald, doing that beautiful damage. We're now going to hit on army losses. GG's and well played. Lovely stuff here from the Dowie. Falling slowly. Love it. Love it. Falling in style is probably what you mean. Falling in style. So we can see here 1.6k there for the Herald of Slaanesh, 1.1 for the Eternal Entourage, with a 2,000 there for the Bringers. 1,000 for the Exalted Demonettes, 400, 280 and 58 there. We are a bit surprised we maybe didn't see some Blasting Charge fodder, but you know. 280, 470 there for the Seekers, 800 and 200 from the Furies. So 980 there for Thoric Ironbrow, one of the best supports in the game. 1.3k for the Skyhammer, 600, 1.26 there from the Iron Breakers, with 1,400 from the Dragonbacks. 430 from the Goblobber, with 570 from the Slayers, with 100, 300, 500 from the Longbeards, 800 and 500 there for the Miners with the blasting charges. Very good, very good, very good. Alright, so it looks like Gromby Grindle is going to be taking the lead. Thank you very much to the guys that have played so far. Really do appreciate them coming into the competition. Whereas going to be joining the leader here is going to be Gromby Grindle. So he's going to be 1, and so there is the Storm Runner. Love it, love it. Right, so let's just double check, make sure we know where we are at. Who is up next? So we have the Ever Chicken. It seems to be unlikely. If that's not the case, then it will be Kiara next. So we'll find a new map whilst we're waiting. Actually, maybe the Outdorf outskirts. Maybe we're going to venture here to the Empire Wastelands. Let's see what we got. On Slaanesh, I always feel anxiety. Yeah, they are very powerful. They are very powerful. Lovely stuff. So we'll give the Ever Chicken a minute. See if they do turn up. If they don't, then we'll move on to the next man or lady on the field there. So how are we all doing? What's been your favourite part? Let's get a little question out there for you all. So what do we prefer? Do we prefer land battles or domination? Do let me know here down below. I'd love to see what you have to say. Give that a nice good old cheeky vote. Alright, so it looks like Ever Chicken is now responding. See if we can find Kiara. I can never at her on here. Alright, so Kiara, you are up. So let's get you invited in here. Alright. So we have a blind pit from Gromby Grindle, which is exciting. I'm very interested to see how he uses these. It should be quite fun. Been playing more Warhammer Fantasy TT and had a greenskin horde smash into the Dark Elves, and all I have to say is don't take my son on when dice rolling are involved. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. Myself, Ducky, and a few friends got together at the weekend, Sunday to be specific, and we played some D&D. It was fantastic. Really enjoyed it. Dice rolling from some of us was questionable, but yeah. Alright, so it's going to be Ogres versus Skaven. Interesting stuff. I have absolutely no idea how this goes on land battles. I assume having a lot of cheap anti-large Skaven do quite well, but I have no idea. No idea. Alright, so it seems quite a few of you are enjoying the land battles. 9 votes so far. It looks like quite a few of you guys prefer. It's a small vote count though at the moment. So I'm going to go on Outdoor Outskirts with the Ogre Kingdoms and Skaven. What do you guys think? What are your current thoughts here in the multiplayer scene? I know Kiara has done quite well. She's grown into the scene relatively well. Pogers. Yeah, Pogers are pretty good. Pogers are pretty good. Pogers were oppressive before. I'll have to see what Pogers do here. It's a bit of a shame. Like, the Iron Blaster didn't just, like, drop off a little bit. It, like, dropped off massively. Just go Eshin and it's a win. What, even if you don't actually win, Mr. Morgan? Even if you don't actually win? There was a video of me playing Dark Elves and then Ducky playing as Skaven, and actually ended up being Malice versus Snicketch, and he went with a full ninja build. A ninja never loses, just tactically retreats. Agreed. Slingers and halberds should ruin the ogres. Right, okay. Oh, really, are they? Yeah, the ogres are like have the same problem as dwarfs. They're like a very limited roster. It's like they're all large. Okay, I'm just gonna bring some anti-large then, you know. And with the dwarfs, it's like, oh, we're all slow and armored. Cool. I'll bring fast armor-piercing units that make me dominate the battlefield. So I think if we do land battles on this one, I think soon I'm going to be kicking back up doing Battle Mania. Probably next week I would have thought we'll be back up with Battle Mania. And I think also we'll be doing probably another King of the Hill stream with some domination. Maybe this weekend. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I like my ogres though. Yeah, ogres be poggers, man. They be pogs. They can be pretty fun. They can be pretty fun. It can be. What's the... I'm quite liking Chaos at the moment. I really like the versatility of Chaos. You know, the fact you can just bring 5 units, you know, with like a mark on it and like really spice it up. Yeah, they are very powerful, but yeah, I quite just enjoy myself with you know, some nice themed armies. I saw a fun battle on Ratboy's stream with Sky Striders fighting Hell Pits and some not dead Council Guard. Nice. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Maybe they are just pretty terrible. People have said that they are not fantastic. So... Yeah, I think also, like, sometimes just playing factions and playing things like that, it shouldn't always just be about winning. It should also be about having fun, you know? But yeah. One thing I could see being a problem here is maybe Stonehorns could be an issue. Stonehorns could do quite well against the Skaven if the Skaven haven't prepared. That is certainly something in the back pocket that could do quite well here, I must say. Like regular Ogre Balls, Stonehorns, just go super wide. And there's no way that Skaven can prepare for everything. If they go really wide with Slingers and Spears, they'll struggle against the Stonehorns. Ooh, very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so we're going to be seeing Thought the Unclean plus a Chieftain, the Storm Vermin, some Eshin Triads, some Gutter Runners with Poison, double rat ogres, slingers, and lots of spears and cheap swords there for the Skaven slaves. Okie dokie. That, I have no idea what that is. That is an expensive unit of ogres, another expensive unit of ogres. I forget the distinctions just by picture. I think that was a beast caster though, I would assume. Infinite Rampage Bug is bad for the ogre doggos. I think they're still pretty good though. I think for their price cost, they're still the best doggos in the game, right? But the Rampage is to keep them in check. If they don't have Rampage, it's pretty miserable. Did you know that the Roman slingers had insults written on their bullets and would literally fight insults at you? I did not know that. I do know, however, sometimes for people that also had cuts and stuff on the battlefield, when they used to throw things like catapults or slingers, they used to also put feces in them to try and like see if they can infect wounds and stuff. It was pretty disgusting. But yes, they certainly used every tactic under the table. Skaven slaves here at the front. We can see the similar design. Throughout the Unclean, he's going to have the Master Controller. What else have we got here? Of course, Regen, as he's going to be on his Beastie Boy. Here with the Beast Pack, so I'm going to get some of the Rat Ogres, alongside the Creature Killer. It's going to give bonuses large in a 35-meter radius. And then, of course, Remolded, which is, I believe, very gently nerfed on the healing part, but otherwise pretty good. Chieftain with Power Grab. Okay. We're also going to be having the Shield of Distraction, pretty good. Guardian, and that's it. Quite like that there to bolster alongside Throt the Unclean. Looking pretty good so far. In the front, we are going to have the Noblar Trappers. The Trapper Boys ready to go. They're going to be in all the trees and ready to swarm. I think Noblar Trappers will do quite well here. Whilst the Trappers at the front, we are going to have Ogre Balls. So Man-Eater Iron Fists are the first one. They're going to have the shields on their arms. They are going to have Immune to Psychology, Fear, lots of weapon strength. I don't know how useful this unit is going to be, but we'll see. We have Lead Belchers in the back, Man-Eaters, oh, it's just regular Man-Eaters, okay? And then Ogre Balls. In the front, we are going to have the Great Maulcaster. Now that's going to be there with Bone Crusher, Troll Guts, and Blood Cleaver. We are going to have Greedy Fist. I don't like Greedy Fist. I don't think it's that great, but either way, it's been brought. Belly Slapper and, of course, extra ingredients. So we are going to have a Hunter Stonehorn here with the Noblar Thief Stone, which I think is rather smart. Get that in the back. I think there's not going to be that much to shut down the big Stonehorn, especially with healing. Throt could do it with the Chieftain. You would really need some Rat Ogre support as well, but it's going to be rough. It is going to be rough. I'm very interested to see how this go ahead. I think the Saber-Tusk are kind of priced too high. Yes, they have 25 AP from 70 weapon strength, and they have decent AP. No caster. I don't see a caster from Skaven. I don't see a caster, no. Which is quite bold. Because they normally have an image like this on the battlefield. I don't see one. It looks like no caster, which is a bit of a surprise. Like Vermintide and stuff would do quite well here. Right, so we are going to kick off now. Ice Walls have a little AP, but it's not why you take them. Yeah. Aren't Saber-Tusk super busted? They were super busted before, like, all of the other units came out, but I think now they are still, like, pretty strong. I think they are the most cost efficient of, like, the Hound units. But Rampage can be a problem. Rampage can be a problem. Alright, so we're going to be charging forward. In the trees here, we are going to be having some Eshin Triads charging forward. Noblars, I don't think they can fire whilst moving. No, they can't. But they might be able to throw back here. So we are now going to get some damage in the front. We're going to take down some of these Skaven slaves. Really good damage here early doors. You can see Grombrindle definitely having a dwarven style of play here. So we see that we are going to be seeing some throwing knights coming forward. A little bit like blasting charges, trying to do a little bit of chip damage at the front. And you really don't care if the Night Runner slings are going to be firing here at your Noblar trappers. You really shouldn't be that bothered. But we see that the Hunter's going to go around the corner. We have Ogre Balls diving forward. Over on the right-hand side, we see some of the Noblar trappers falling. But the Gutter Runner Poisons are going to be out of position. There was a net somewhere of some description. Oh, the net will be over there on the left, yeah, with the Gutter Runner Poisons. Looks like most of the army is going to be waiting there. They're going to be firing in the front here up against these Skaven slaves. We're going to dive forward here with the Hunter, and he has a charge speed of something absurd, in the hundreds, I think. But he's going to be fighting up against the Night Runner Slingers, doing some good work in the back. So the units are going to go over across. Grombrindle has left this unit on its own, though. Got to be really careful of that. Ratto's coming over. This is the opportunity to win the game here, I think. So 3 of the big bad boys come over to fight the Stonehorn, but he has moved them out of position. So now they're going to be fighting. Yeah, there's a lot of healing here. I think this could be the game here if you're not careful. What is this going to be? This is going to be Bone Crusher. Okay damage. Creature Kill has been activated. Bonus was large of 16. He just needs to get out of there. That was a bit of an unnecessary mistake, I think, here from Grombrindle. We need some units of the Man-Eater Iron Fist to come across and start fighting. We need to get here and support this Stonehorn. We're now going to be firing with the Lead Belchers in the back. Something needs to support this unit. Otherwise, the Rattos are just going to get in the back and they're going to shut down here. The right-hand flank has been won by the Ogre Kingdom, but damage value is going to be in the ascendancy here of Kiara. But that's mostly going to be down on the valley there of the Hunter Stonehorn. In the middle, we are losing. We do see Noblars plus Ogre Balls getting terrified in the middle, thanks to the Chieftain and co. Throt causes terror now, which I find quite interesting. I don't think Throt should cause terror. But either way, he's going to move across the battlefield and he's going to dive straight on these Lead Belchers. Nothing to protect them. He does get slowed thanks to Dismembered. I don't know what we have to stop him. We are going to be shooting with the Lead Belchers. They're going to fire at close range. He's on his own, and we see the Stonehorn coming out that does have some healing. Troll Guts and Massacre getting activated, and now he's going to get butchered from the Stonehorn. Slowing here of Dismembered in the backside. Really nice faction abilities here coming across. Now we're firing up against the Rat Ogres in the backside, and it's starting to even up here just a little bit. 2.5 to 3 there in the favour of the Skaven. We do see the Chieftains coming across. That distraction shield is going to be good. That -5 melee attack really will be quite a nice D bonus from the Hunter. So Ogre Balls charging forward, and it looks like here we are going to be terrifying the Rat Ogres. Chieftain only has Fear; he doesn't have Terror. And we're now going to be thumping here with the Lead Belchers. Got to be careful with them. Got to be very, very, very careful. If they start wrapping themselves around the Hunter, it's going to get rather painful. But we can see the Chieftain is on the wrong side of town. He's going to be sandwiched between the Hunter and these Lead Belchers. A lot of Lead Belcher fire is now getting on the Hunter. We need to shoot this Chieftain. So our Lord Choice here, the Slaughtermaster, is going to be in some troubles. He's going to be getting caught here by Throt the Unclean. And, you know, we need to start shooting up against the Chieftain and co. So 5 down to value there for Kiara, 3,700 for Mr. Grombrindle. In the back here, the Rat Ogre is going to do most of the work here in the backside. Maybe try to see if they can help up against the Noblars and co. You see the Night Runner Slinger is going to be running away here from the Noblars. Over on the right hand side, it's looking like it's going to be quite a bit of purple. In the middle, the Lord Choice is going to be fighting here up against the Chieftain. Going to be firing amongst the Council Guard. I don't know where they're going, but they're going to be getting shredded by the Lead Belchers. Absolutely shredded. In the middle here, we do actually have a Poisoned Hunter, really reducing some of those stats. And now we've broken the Chieftain thanks to Terror. We can now probably try and gang up and Throt the Unclean, but we do have Eshin Triads doing the damage. Are they going to get terrified? They do get terrified, and now it's going to be Throtverse with also, it looks like some healing here. Troll Guts has been activated. So we are going to see Creature Killer with that bonus for large. That's really going to be bolstering here. So that's going to be 17. So they don't get any bonuses thanks to Throts. Throts now he's going to be trying to fire. We do see some shots coming over the top. And it looks like, sadly, the Slaughtermaster might be going down. That's going to be really, really unfortunate. Nice damage amongst the Council Guards. Lots of shots also going to be pouring here into the Hunter. He charges forwards, and it looks like the Slaughtermaster could be in trouble. Throughout the Unclean is going to be chasing, but we need to have this Stonehorn doing as much damage as possible. Ogre Bull's charging across. They need to deal with the Council Guard as soon as they can. And it looks like the Slaughtermaster is going to get away. Lead Belcher is going to be dropping. Good push here from Kiara, trying to take down the Slaughtermaster. In the backside, looks like the purple Ascendancy here is going to be pushing off and breaking quite a few units. The Noblar Trappers have done really well here, I must say so. Really, really good stuff. 6,000 there, up against 7,000, but of course we've had some healing as well. Throt the Unclean is just going to be doing some great damage up against Throt. If he can keep this pressure on, the Stonehorn will win in combat. 400 anti-large weapon strength here for the Hunter on those missiles, plus 500 armor-piercing weapon strength in melee combat is rather devastating. So the Lord Choice returns. He's going to fight up against the Chieftain. I don't think he's going to win here. Skaven Slave's going to be pushing. We need to have some more units back protecting the Lead Belchers. Lead Belchers just need to turn and burn, break these as quickly as possible. The Lord Choice is in quite a bit of a dire state. It is going to be healing in combat, and then it looks like the Chieftain is struggling. The Chieftain really might struggle. 42 on, 48 melee defense is really strong for a Lord Choice. Lead Belcher is going to be firing here up against the Chieftain. Chieftain needs to turn and burn here on maybe even the Council Guard could be quite good. Throt is just getting his ass well and truly whooped here in the backside. Balance of power is going to be in Gromby's favour as he starts to step forward in the Ascendancy. We see here that we have Noblar Trappers fighting up against some of the Skaven Slaves for shields. And then we have Night Runners in the backside trying to help as well. So 74 melee attack thanks to the Remolder for a bit of healing as well. The Hunter can try and run away. He is actually going to bound into combat. But he probably wants to get in the back here. We need to kind of reform ranks and start getting these Lead Belchers doing the work they've done. 128 kills, 1,400 on the value is rather exceptional. Council Guard, they're going to be holding strong, 20 models, and of course they are unbreakable, so they will do the work of the Skaven Gods. What have we got on the backside here? We have some more Noblars. I wouldn't mind seeing those getting themselves, kind of licking their lips around the Night Runner slings. Looks like they're going to be firing here. There we go. They get shattered. And we have more of the Trappers fighting up against the Clanrat Spears. So we do see Man-Eaters driving across. They have okay armor, but there's going to be obviously quite a lot of fighting. They're going to be running away. We need to get the stone on him doing as much work as possible. Troll Guards activate on the Slaughtermaster. Interesting one there. I guess maybe there's not going to be much more healing for the big boy. We can see here, Throat the Unclean is going to be running away. So we just need to get the Hunter in the back, just starting to shut down all of these units, breaking them as much as possible. Can we deal with the Council Guard? Only 6 models left. Would really like to see those going off. Now we see Dismember as it's going to be Lord against Hunter here yet again in the middle. We have Man-Eaters. I really want to see them push through and help fight up against Throt. He needs the, we need the help here to take down the big master. Dismember is, we now actually have that physical resistance as well on top. We have some of the Night Runner slings firing, doing constant chip damage up against the Hunter. But the Slaughtermaster is now going to be in and fighting. He's going to slice and dice here up against Throt. We've got to be careful here. There's going to be no cock blocking in the middle. But we are going to be in the middle of the zone. We do break there with the Hunter. Throt is taking big damage, but the support there just wasn't for me. Lead Belcher's going to be firing. What are they firing against, though, is the question. Throt is very clearly needing to be the target. We see some Clanrat Spears coming on this left-hand side. So we need something over there to deal with them so the Lead Belchers can fire for free. And it looks like the damage is going to be on top of Throt the Unclean. Stonehorn falls, which is a big loss there, unfortunately. It's looking pretty dire. We do see extra ingredients getting activated here in the backside. Unit's going to be diving across to deal with the Clanrats. And for the Skaven, there's not much. There's not much. Kiara must attack. If she doesn't attack here with Throt, I will force it that she will lose the match. So she will have to continue attacking here. Bit of healing maybe going down on the man-eaters. Yes, it's going to be troll guts going down on the man-eaters. There's still 7 models, a lot of them left there to heal. Shots firing over the top. So obviously I can't type to them in game. 120 charge speed for Stonehenge. Yeah. Hey, how you doing, Ward? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, they have a pretty absurd stat line. So you can see Gromriddle has caught up there in the ascendancy. We are going to be fighting the back up against broken units, so I will allow it. For now, we have some Gutter Runner poisons coming across. They immediately break. Skaven Slaves moving across as well. Big fire in the backside here up against Throt. It is probably going to be army losses in just a moment. He's getting very close to healing cap. We see one Council Guard charging across, who is immediately going to run away. So they are moving in. They are not happy. If they shatter, then it must immediately be into combat. It looks like here, Creature Killer has been activated, so we move in here with the Noblar Trappers. We should be able to finish off the Council Guard here. Only 40 armor left. Throt is going to move. He is in the trees. Man-Eaters jumping on top as well will probably mean the end for Throt. So we do dive forward here with the Skaven. They're going to fight up against the Noblars in the back. Gutter Runners will do surprisingly well in combat. You have to be careful. You have to be careful. Those big cannon butts can really thump down nice and hard. So Throt is going to run away here. In the backside we have some Night Runners. Got to be careful with the Lord choice. You don't want to overextend too much here. Balance of power is going to be teetering. Great Weapon's going to be fighting here up against the Gutter Runners. We still have some ammo in the back pocket. We're going to be firing in the trees. Damage going down on Throt here. He looks to be at healing cap. What ammo? We have no ammo left here for the Night Runners, so we do now have to engage. We shattered here. We've shattered here. It's just going to be the Night Runners diving into combat. So they're going to dive back into the trees. Not sure what this aura effect round. Maybe the Greedy Fist might be the aura that we're seeing here. In the backside, we need to break up against the Gutter Runners' poisons. They're going to be holding quite true, and actually they're doing some decent damage up against the Lead Belchers. We do have to be careful here. We are going to be breaking quite a few units. Can we take down Throt, though? Firing into the trees is not a smart decision. I don't know where Kiara is going with Throt. Nice charge there on the Gutter Runners. Gutter Runners going to be down to -15. That should be a break. Down to 0. That is shatters. GG's and well played. Oops. GG's. Good stuff. I mean, fantastic win there. I mean, you know, Ogre's really coming out on top. Yeah, very, very interesting. Yeah, very good stuff. I thought this could be a Skaven ascendancy, but, you know, yet again, it is the Stonehorn Hunter. He is just unbelievably powerful. He is very, very strong indeed. 370, 250, 53, 120, 200, 278 there for the Noblars. 600, 300, 580, 500, and 580 there for the Noblar Trappers, who I thought were really good. I thought they were really, really good. Yeah, it seems like a very interesting matchup for sure. But yeah, I thought maybe MVP's coming for the Noblars there, or probably the Stonehorn. 1,000, we saw 700 for the Man-Eaters, 2,100 for the Lead Belchers. Lead Belchers alongside here, the Hunter did pretty well. But I thought actually the Noblar Trappers did really well. 3.2 for the Hunter, 1,100 for the Slaughtermaster. Yeah, really good stuff. 3.1 for the Throt the Unclean, also very, very good. 1.1 there for the Chieftain, 1,000 for the Council Guard, with 280 for the Eshin Triads. 550 for the Gutter Runners with Poison, 1,030 there for the second unit. 550 and 600 for the Rat Ogres. 700, 480 and 640 there for the Night Runner Slings, with we're going to be having 460, 260, 300 and 230 there for the Clan Rat Spears. 27, 19, 27 and then 47 for the Skaven Slaves. Almost. Most caster would be meh. No, I would disagree. I think that there are some spells that really can do quite well in that matchup. Like, for example, Vermintide would have been very handy there for you. I think Vermintide just summoning units to deal with that front line, just really chaffing up and blocking and blobbing, giving your slingers more opportunities to fire, would have been really, really good there. You know, you can bring a really, really cheap caster that can do some nice work. It doesn't have to be super expensive, but I think that would have been quite nice. But, you know, obviously, you know, I still think a caster would have been good. Alright, we've already got a pick there from Grombrindle. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. We'll change here. Ciara. So nice win there for Grumpy Grindle. He certainly got on the board quite quickly, which was nice to see. I think we have time for one or two more. Yeah, indeed. I very much agree there with you, Mr. Mucklock. I think the stream, I think it's not Stream of Corruption, it's the Pestilence Breath would have been quite nice. So maybe that with a Vermintide, with proccing that lore passive as well would have been really good. Yeah, I certainly can agree with you there. I certainly agree with you there. I think that's a very, very good observation. And yes, kudos indeed for hanging on it, for sure. Kudos indeed. More, yes, yes. Indeed, indeed, indeed. It's a good game either way. Ogre's healing pool to the end. Yeah, I think it was a fantastic game. I think it was a fantastic game. There we go. Let's see if we can get people in. Alrighty. Right, let's invite copy. All right. Sorry, just doing some admin here in the backside. Just make sure everyone's all good and ready to go. So if you guys really enjoyed today, would you like to see some more live streams coming forward from myself? We have to end at 7:30, so I think more than likely this possibly might be the last game. I'm not too sure. Might be able to squeeze in another one as well, but we'll see how time goes. But would you like to see some more live streams from me? It's been rather difficult. Hey, Mr. Battlesea, how you going? Hope you're doing really well. Hope you guys know Mr. Battlesea. If you don't know Mr. Battlesea, then you know, please go check him out. He's doing fantastically well at the moment here on Twitch and YouTube. His videos really have been bumping, and there's some really good, awesome technical knowledge that he gives going forward, so do go check him out. But how you doing, Mr. Battlesea? Hopefully you're having a good weekend, my friend. And Mr. Dog, how we doing? How you doing, dude? It's been a while. How are you? How are you? Hope you're doing well. What are we doing today, Mr. Battlesea? Are we streaming? I know you've been rather strong on the streams recently. Every time I come online and let's say I'm working on something, I'll say like Battlesea is streaming, and I'm like, my boy's going out there, he's getting it. Alright, let's find a Forest Hill. Oh no, that one's pretty poor, I think. Some of these maps have gone from my brain a little. Oh, I think the Forest of Shadows is quite a good one. Sweet. Cool, so we're going to be playing Tzeentch vs. the Lizards. The men here have joined us. Sweet. Thank you very much, Mr. Mark. There we go. So if you haven't checked out Mr. Battlesea, there is some links there in the chat. So you've got Twitch there, the first one for Mr. Battlesea, and I think the next one is the YouTube. So do go check those out, please. I'm here just to watch some high-end commentary and learn the game. Nice, man. Nice. Well, you know, it's nice to see you here. Mr. Everchicken, sorry, guys, getting the noob for the last game. No problem, dude. No problem. Yes, more people for me to influence to play Norska. I love playing Norska, dude. I know that Norska aren't strong. I love playing Norska. Same as Dwarfs, man. I love playing Dwarfs in Dom. They are not good. But I still love it. So, it's going to be Tzeentch vs. Lizards. I don't know if Grombrindle's seen my message yet. I don't think he's seen it. We'll have to see. With the Tzeentch getting Skirmish Cav and a cheap front line, they are as dominant as... Are they as dominant as I think they are? So the problem with the matchups at the moment is there's like sort of like 23 factions, and if you consider all other 23 factions... I can't think about what 23 factorial on the top of my head would be. Somewhere in the hundreds. It's somewhere in the hundreds of matchups. I think... I mean, this is only based off... Because obviously I haven't just had enough time. Now I finished work last weekend. We had our nice big grand final. It's all over with. I now have a little bit more time. Since I've been playing, Tzeentch do seem strong, but how strong I'm not too sure yet. I think... If we're talking land battles, talk about domination... Pros and cons, but I think they're certainly towards the top end for sure. Mr. Battlesea, hopefully that answers your question. Really sorry if it's not quite the direct, more precise answer you were looking for. Current extremely strong factions in both setups: Vampire Coast, Vampire Counts, Warriors of Chaos. Slaanesh is very dominant in domination. Okay in land battles. Land battles incredibly strong is going to be Cathay still. I think Cathay are really good. And I think Lizardmen are good at both. I really do think Lizardmen are very good at both. I think Lizards have some really, really good opportunities for magic, good winds of magic, lots of good access to good monsters, lord choices, skirmish play, hard-hitting infantry that has very high leadership levels. Yeah, I think they're very good. It's good to see Skirmish Cav. Yeah, do you know what? My favourite Skirmish Cav at the moment is the Marauder Horse Masters. I really like using Marauder Horse Masters. I think that hybrid of really good infantry prowess, and then also those javelins. Yeah, they're not very good, but their skirmish capabilities are really awesome. They were just super fun for me to use. I just really enjoyed it. Having a cavalry unit, that could really fight in melee and in range was quite nice on domination for me. I really liked them. Supplementing them also, like with the sneaky wolf play, where you have some of those wolves units that have infantry status to get in there and capture domination points, is really scary, and it's so fun. You have a front line that just dominates with heavy armor. It makes Warriors of Chaos just unplayable, man. Then with a couple of Hellstriders here and there, it's bloody terrifying, bro. It is just terrifying. I'm not sure the catch weight will stay as it is, though. No, I don't think so. I think catch weight will more than likely change. So, if we go here... Ever chicken. I need to fit that in somehow. Who isn't a Festus enjoyer? The fact that he is ridiculously overpowered is just stupid. Hey, Bowmore! How are you, my friend? Oh, dude, it's been so long. How are you? How are you? It feels forever since we were doing Entladder. How are you, my friend? It's your boy Logic. I know I'm back. Yeah, I'm doing well, thanks, man. I'm doing well. I'm actually really enjoying streaming again. It's nice to be back online. Work has been so much, bro. Work has been so much. Don't get me wrong. Love doing the work. Love doing it. But it has kind of torn me away from streaming. But there's going to be a lot more of it coming. So bear with me. But I'm doing well, thanks. I'm doing really well. Nurgle, Festus, debuff, Blob, with a couple of those things. I legit rot everything without taking damage. Mate, there was somebody was showing me. Can I hear? Can anybody hear this? Okay, I can't hear any of the game. I can't hear the game, but I think we're going to play anyway, so I don't think we have time to stop. Yeah, the fact that his air effect... I think in Warriors of Chaos you can get the Slaanesh Shrine, the Nurgle Shrine, and then Festus. And then if you want to do double down damage for double Mortis Engine, or you could do double down healing. I saw Turin do a video on it. He took like 8,000 gold with some Chosen and those three up against a full Slaanesh army that doesn't have range. It's just unwinnable in land battles. It's just unwinnable, bro. It's disgusting. Not sure if you're free Saturday, let me know, buddy. Saturday. Sorry, yes, you did message me. Saturday. Let me double check. I'm either free Saturday or I'm free Sunday. I cannot remember which one it is. Let me double check, bro. I do apologise. I'm really bad at that kind of thing. Right, so at the front we are going to have Forsaken of Tzeentch. I'll double check after stream, bro, and I'll send you a message. But yeah, Spawn on the front for the Armour Sundering with magic damage now, apparently. Interesting. We are going to have Forsaken at the front. We are going to have Screamers in the sky, more Forsaken as well, and the Ever Chicken. So the Exalted Lord of the Metal Magic here with the Greater Arcane Conduit, plus that Spell Mastery, which is always quite nice. Metal Shifting, what else we got here? Final Trans, Plague of Rust, Searing Doom, and the Portal Glyph. Pretty standard. So at the front here we are going to have Chameleon Skinky Boys. You know all about them. They are painful in every sense of the word. We're going to be having Bastillodon with the Ark of Sotek, Lord Mazda Chadus, alongside here some Razordon hunting packs. In the back here some Chaos Furies of Tzeentch here, bringing all of the Cackling Madness with the Cohort of Sotek, Unbreakable, and Refuse to Die there with Healing from Mazda Mundi. Is going to be pretty painful. Saurus Warriors with Shields, as we love to see. And more Red Crested Skinks. More Ark of Soteks. Ark of Soteks are going to be a bit painful to deal with. I don't actually know what their damage profile is these days. Damage profile, not that good. Okay, 5 to 10, that's pretty poor actually. I think that's less than the Jabbercythe. I think Jabbercythe is 8 to 16. And that's constant. Interesting. They do get Primal Instincts, which, you know, that is what that is. It looks like they don't rampage anymore, but they're kind of like semi-rampage, right? But yeah, so we're going to be kiting in the front here with the Forsaken. Going to get a summon of the Portal Glyph in the front here. Grumpy Grindle going to be slamming at the front door here up against some of the Tzeentch units. They're going to be slamming downtown with the Saurus Warriors with Shields. Pretty good weapon strength, you know, even including that armor. You know, they're going to negate a lot of that damage, but still there's enough there to do the good work. We see Razordon's going to be firing at the front. We have some of the Tzeentchian spawn fighting here up against Master Mundi. That's going to arm us under by 30, down from 130 to 100. In the middle, the cohort of Tzeentch, the Red-Crested Skinks, doing all the good work that they're known for, and they're going to butcher through Forsaken. They'll get through rather damn quickly. A ruination of cities here in the back that is pretty much only going to tickle the backside of the stores as we see some of these Screamers diving across. Screamers want to be chasing here up against some of these Chameleon Skinks, same there for the Furies, want to keep them as busy as possible. Screamers probably also want to shut down some of these Razordon hunting packs. In the back, some of the Red-Cresteds and some of the Chameleon Skinks going to be firing through the trees. What do we have here in the middle? We are going to have some of the spawn of Tzeentch, which is where some of these Chameleon Skinks will do all their good and juicy work. So we are going to see here a final transportation, just a regular. I probably would have preferred to see that overcasted, but Plague of Rust has also been activated. So it's going to be going down here on Mazda. He's down to 34 armor, which is terrifying. These Screamers are going to get in, and they're going to do all the gorgeous work. In the backside here, we are going to be seeing a spell that I forget the name. The name will come to me. It will come. I believe it. I believe it. Nope. It's not coming to me. I forgot. No. Right, what is the name? God damn, I give up. Where is it? Banishment. Dear God. Yeah, so there's Banishment in the backside here. We see some of the Furies diving down on Chameleon Skinks. They'll struggle against Razordons, but they'll take down the Skinky Boys pretty quickly. They have all missile resistance and no physical. So, cohort of Tzeentch. Probably want to wait for another Refuse to Die, see if we can shoot and scoot here with the Chameleon Skinks. Skinky Boy is going to be coming back to the front line. We see quite a bit of damage there for the Forsaken. Of course, those shields getting debuffed is rather painful. So we do see more armor sundering here for Lord Mazda. Probably want to wait for another overcast Plague of Rust. That negative 66 armor is huge. A bolt does come down on top of Mazda. That's doing some pretty decent damage. Down to 5,900 for him. We see the spawn, though, is going to be falling. Protection here from the Saurus Warriors and the Red-Cresteds. As we're now going to fight with a bit of chicken on dinosaur action, which is what everybody wants to see. This is what the showdown everyone has come to witness. It's going to be a bit of a net here with the net of Amator. Cannot move. I believe 15 seconds there in total. That shield is now going to go. Master Mundi on the old Slack boy is, certainly a melee combatant not to mess with. Shield the old one's going down for the first time. Damage resistance and melee buffs there, including leadership, is always quite handy. The Ever Chicken is going to get out of there. The KFC Duck himself really doesn't want much of the action that Mazda is going to be putting on display. And Razordon's going to be firing, doing... Oh my God! Jesus Christ, Razordons, relax. Jesus, they are thumping the chicken. Sure, bloody hell. The Chameleon Skinks are also going to be thumping it. Only 30 armor. If we do not move this Ever Chicken, this chicken is going to die quickly. And there we go. That was a pullout. My God, that was a violation. The chicken fell apart like you've never seen. That thing got skewered and barbecued quicker than you can say Barbie on a Saturday. Fucking hell. Alright, 801 there for Mazda Mundi, 487.70 for the Bastiladon Arc of Tzeentch, 2,000 for the Razordon that was just spreading the cheeks there of the Metal Caster, 900, 1,042, and 630 there for the Saurus Warriors. 316, 1,035 there for the cohort of Tzeentch, really nice unit. 640, 450, 280, and 370 for the Chameleon Skinks. Love the Skinks. They really take down those shields, allow the infantry to come through, and boom. And then therefore you just get cleared out nice and quickly. 850 there from the Exalted Lord of Metal. And of course, I believe here with, he's called Ever Chicken, but he also has another name. But Ever Chicken is quite new. He was a student of myself and Ducky. I think he might be coming back into my services to do some more student stuff. As you're going to see, I'll be with Rakeshan on Twitch in literally 5 minutes, and we'll be doing some coaching there. But he's really come a long way, and it was really nice to see this build. I like this build. It's very Warhammer 3 before Immortal Empires, but there was still some really great value to see here. I like the fact we had the double Fury pick. Really good at dealing with some of these chameleons. We saw 322 and 630 there from the Screamers. Forsaken, they did okay, but of course there's a lot of counters to these bad boys. But I think they got through. Some of them did some good value, some of them did suffer a little bit. 500 is not bad. Spawn of Tzeentch. Yeah, it's a bit tough there. We did see some Marauders. I probably would have liked to see us go a little bit wider with some Marauders, with some shields if we had some. Try and get a little bit wider if we can, and then have 1 or 2 units that are there to take down Mazdamundi and some big dinosaurs. I think overall the build had some promise, but I think this is probably not going to be the one to take on the Lizardmen. But still, nonetheless, I think it was a valiant effort. But all the spears, I didn't even see what they did, but quite healthy. But yeah, GG's well played. GG's well played. Of course, Grombrindle is, certainly a master when it comes to land battles for sure. Anyone know if ancient stegs still currently proc their charge? If you're talking about leadership bonuses, so if they do charge, they constantly get 15 leadership. Is that what you mean? Or do you mean are they always charging in melee? Because I believe they're always charging in melee. Yeah. Because the problem before was because they're not very good at rotating, they need that charge. Otherwise, they just get trapped in mass chaff. Oxyotl has always been great. Battlesea. Oxyotl has always been fantastic. Like, there's no way he won't be fantastic. He's just so efficient for his price. But as I think Zyvo probably has put the nail on the head there. There's not quite a meta yet, but the meta is getting here or there. It's sort of, we know this is strong. We know why this is strong. This is currently getting used, but in the next weeks coming forward, I'm sure there'll be some changes. There needs to be some changes. Yes, Mr. Captain Morgan, banishment. I tried to rattle the old cobwebs out of the brain, but I couldn't get there. No! God damn you, Slaanesh. God damn you. Oh, thank you, Zypher. I was trying, and I was slow. Slaanesh gods, they came here today. Razors might be strong. Yeah, Razors are good, man. Razors are good. The great mobility, good in numbers, really good armor piercing. They're very, very strong indeed. Very, very strong. So let's move up the scoreboard. That's going to be the old 3 there for Grumpy Grindle. So Grombrindle yet again coming back and dominating yet another tournament as he always does. The box got hit 3 times in a single second. Just boom, boom, boom. Nakari invading the stream. That's what he does. That's what he does. But the chicken nuggets have well and truly been devoured here on that final game. Thank you very much to everybody that has played today. Today will just be an hour and a half. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please smash that like button. Feel free to subscribe as well. And if you do want to go watch Rakejan, go onto my Discord. If you're not already, there will be a link there for him to share, so you can come watch us do some coaching. I'd love to do some more hours, but recently I've just been really suffering to find the time. But now, as I'm becoming a little bit more free, there will be some more things. Hopefully we're doing stuff with Battlesea. We'll be doing some stuff. I've got a few other things as well. I think we're going to be doing something with Linksy. I think someone wanted to do something. We also have Mercy. Mercy also wants to do something. So yeah, we've got lots of things coming forward, which should be super fun. So guys, yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to be shooting off. Only an hour and a half today, but I'll be probably back on Friday. So I'll see you then. Take care.